Hey everybody, so how you guys doing? So, well, at the time when I did my recording of the YouTube and Twitch being dead video, apparently during the exact same day they released an update. So, yeah, they did in fact release an update on what about the FTC and all that, so we're going to be going over that. But before that, I just want to spill this out and say I'm no lawyer, so I don't know a single thing about lawyer stuff, so please bear with me here. So, now with that all said, I know we're just going to quickly go into it. Alright. So we're going to start with this one first. Alright, so YouTube creators actually did release a comment about this, saying that, and I quote, we're going to read this out. We've seen a lot of questions around what exactly is made for kids content, and if your content is directed to children, today the FTC released more information to help YouTube creators decide if their content is made for kids or not. Here are some important pieces we wanted to highlight. What if children watch a video and it's not meant to target kids? According to the FTC, your content isn't considered directed to children just because some children may see it. Alright, so I'm gonna highlight this and alright. So basically, according to this one, it's mostly that if your targeted demographic is not aimed for kids and some kids happen to watch your channel, you're perfectly safe. So that is something which guys don't have to worry anymore. It's perfectly fine if a kid would have happily watched your video. So you don't have to worry anymore. But we're going to get to more issues about it, so it's going to tie into the first one. But anyways, let's continue on because the second one I have a much more thing to say than the first one. Is animated content considered made for kids? According to the FTC, just because your video has bright colors or animated characters doesn't mean you're automatically covered by COPPA/made for kids. While many animated shows are directed to kids, the FTC recognizes there can be animated program that appeals to everyone. So, according to this, just because something is animated, that doesn't mean it's going to be aimed for kids, which is a good thing. But the issue is what's going to happen for like things that are essentially made for everybody, but a kid basically likes it, and this is going to be a problem. Like examples would be like Pikachu over here, or like a Nintendo product like Mario, Zelda, so on and so forth. That isn't going to be aimed for kids. Now, the thing is your channel actually directed for kids? Like, are you aiming for kids or are you not? But you're going to be questioning, is it really aimed for kids? Like, is Pokemon really aimed for kids? Even though you basically consider it made for everybody? It's up to mostly you to decide because I can't be the judge of it, so it's mostly up to you guys to decide if it is targeted for kids or not. Anyways, here are some tips from the FTC. It might help to consider how others view your content and content similar to yours. Has your channel been reviewed on sites that evaluate content for kids? Is your channel or channels like yours mentioned in blogs for parents of young children or in the media articles about child-directed content? Have you surveyed your users, or is there other empirical evidence about the age of your audience? Alright. Oh yeah, I didn't mention this in the previous thing, but apparently I've read that YouTube back in like 2013 had like the COPPA rule. So because of that, they essentially had to do COPPA, but they neglected it entirely. So FTC ended up suing YouTube for like $175 million. So yeah, YouTube did end up screwing themselves up, and this is what has to come to be. But the thing is, in regards to channels, it's mostly not up to YouTube. Like I said, It's up to you guys. Like, do you want to aim this for kids, or is it not for kids? If it's aimed for kids, like 12 or younger, you're following this rule of COPPA. If it's not aimed for kids, then you're probably fine. Unless there might be a change with like bots, which is so far one of the things I'm going to be concerned about, is if the government were to have bots. Because bots don't really pay any attention to get programming of your target demographic. We just look at like Pokemon over here and just like, this is aimed for kids. So we don't know how bots are going to turn out. But so far, we just have to wait and see, because this is so far the only information we got. I do believe we will get more information in the future, so you guys should stick on YouTube and stick around instead of upping leaving, because I think you all need to start being here, because we're getting more stuff like this as time goes on, because YouTube don't have to do this, but they're going to, because again, if YouTube essentially doesn't do it and people just leave their channel, granted, I don't think Twitch is safe, like, just to spill that out, and I'm gonna get to it when we talk about the document, but YouTube, if that content creators were to leave, obviously they'll shut down, so it's easy to tell if they're trying to work with you guys, at least trying. So, with that said, we're going to move on to the actual document itself and then talk about it right here. So, YouTube channel owners, is your content directed to children? So, we're going to start off right here with the FTC action against YouTube and Google. The lawsuit against YouTube and Google that the companies illegally children violation according to the complaint to use of COPPA directed to children. The purpose of this requirement, we're going to skip past this because we're going to go into like hold on, let's see, okay. We're going to go on to the COPPA week. That provision of the settlement has raised questions among content creators if what applies to the Child Online Piracy Protection Act is a federal law. The FTC enforces through COPPA, which is obviously what we already know. It's kids under 13, the first law. Now this is basically a COPPA recap about what's going on. You can read it in the description below, which I'll link the article down. Anyways, we're going to move on to how COPPA applies to channel owners. So how does COPPA apply to channel owners who upload their content to YouTube or another third-party platform? That's what I said. Third-party platform, as in essentially Twitch. Let me highlight Twitch. Granted, people are going to be saying, I don't think the FTC knows about Twitch. No, I think they're pretty aware, because the FTC, they're not dumb. Like, they're not dumb. For the FTC. So, I don't think they're dumb, like, to be honest here. So, I think they might go after Twitch next, because like I said in my video, YouTube is the #1 platform, while Twitch is probably second, I think. I didn't look this up, so correct me if I'm wrong here. But it is, like, kind of second, so they'll probably go after it next. But anyways, COPPA applies in the same way it would if the channel owner had its own website or app. If a channel owner uploads content to a platform like YouTube, the channel might need the definition of a website or online service owned by COPPA. So like I said, even if you were to we're gonna leave YouTube, go somewhere else, this is still a government law, so either way, it's still the law. Law is going to apply to everything, so that's the simple case. The channel might meet the definition of a website service online covered by COPPA, depending on the nature of the content and the information collected. If the content is directed to children, and if the channel owner or someone on its behalf, for example, an ad network collects personal information from viewers of that content. For example, do a persistent identifier that tracks a user to serve interest-based ads, the channel is covered by COPPA. Once COPPA applies, the operator must provide notice, obtain verifiable parental consent, and meet COPPA's overall requirements. For information how to comply with COPPA, well, please visit the FTC's COPPA page, so on and so forth. Alright. So, basically, according to this, is that, like I said, if it is directed to children, so on and so forth, about what I just said. So, we're gonna skip right through that, even though I just read it, so, in case you guys were to hear it again. Is how channel owners can determine if their content is directed to children. Under COPPA, there is one-size-fits-all answer about what makes a site directed to children, but we can offer some guidance. To be clear, your content isn't considered directed to children, just because some children may see it. We already went over that, so that the rule sets out additional factors: the subject matter, visual content, the use of animated children or child-oriented activities. We already gone through all of that. So, but it's still pretty vague. Like, so far, we don't know much about any more of this. It's so far, we're gonna get to the fine. We're gonna get to that later in this video, but so far, this is still a little vague. So we don't know much about what's gonna be safe or what isn't gonna be safe or what's okay. So we're gonna continue on. The determination of whether content is child-directed will be clearer in some contexts than the other, but we can share some general rules of thumb. First, unless you're affirmatively targeting kids, there are many subject matter categories where you don't have to worry about COPPA. For example, if your videos are about traditionally adult activities like employment, finances, politics, home ownership, home improvement, or travel, you're probably not covered unless your content is geared towards kids. So if you're like home improvement or finance, government, well, you're safe. The same would be true for videos aimed at high school or college students. On the other hand, if your content includes traditional children's pastimes or activities, it may be child-directed. For example, the FTC recently determined that an online dress-up game was child-directed. Yeah, I think there was like a child dress-up game, which I forgot what it's called, but it's like a child dress-up game, which COPPA did actually hit the FTC, so yeah. But yeah, like I said, is it aimed for kids or is it not? That's something which you all have to determine. And yeah, I'm not gonna give out like a lot of details because, okay, there's a video that I saw by Abdallah, which I'm gonna link in the description below because he goes into a lot better detail about this compared to I do. So I'll link it down in the description for you guys to go check out. He goes into more detail about this than I will. So I'm just gonna mostly recap some things off or give my 2 thoughts or 2 cents about it. My 2 cents about it. The complaint in the YouTube case offers some examples of channels the FTC considered to be directed to children. For example, many content creators explicitly stated in the About section of their YouTube channel that their intended audience was children under 13. Other channels made similar statements in communications with YouTube. In addition, many of the channels featured popular animated children's programs or showed kids playing with toys or participating in other child-oriented activities. Some of the channel owners also enabled settings that made their content appear when users search for the names of their popular toys or animated characters. Want to see the FTC's analysis and context? Read page 10 to 14 of the YouTube complaint. Alright. So basically, if you're geared towards kids, you're not going to be safe. Like, flat out. If you are, you're kind of mostly going to be safe, but like I said, it still depends. But I'm not going to go into any more detail about this because I already spilled about it. But anyways, are you going to be safe or are you not? Now, toy reviewers, like, I know, obviously the example is going to be like Ryan's World, that's like an example. Which Wines World and other toy reviewers, are they going to be safe? That I don't really know. Like, I don't know the answers to it, so that's something which I would have, me and plenty of other people have to look into, but so far we don't have the answers for that. Finally, if you're applying with the factors as a COPPA, still want to So I already talked about that, so we're gonna go down. And here we go. One of the possible penalties for violating COPPA. The rules allows for civil penalties of up to $42,530 per violation. The harm rate is up to. It goes up to. They're not gonna pay like $42,000 for video. If they were to do that, that would be extreme. And yes, this freaked a lot of people out. This freaked me out. So I'm with you guys on this one. But at the same time, it's not per video. It's only per violation. But the issue is what's gonna happen. Like, and if we continue on, but the FTC considers a number of factors in determining the appropriate amount, including a company's financial condition and the impact a penalty could have on its ability to stay in business. While Google and YouTube paid $170 million, in another COPPA case settled this year, the operator paid a total civil penalty of $35,000. Now, I just want to say this right now. I don't get paid off YouTube. I do this more as like a hobby or a fun thing, so I don't do it as like a job. So, I don't know how this is going to affect me as someone who doesn't get paid off YouTube, but I know plenty of YouTubers who does this as a job. So, it either could benefit or screw them up. But, the FTC and YouTube are so far looking into helping to fix this issue. Like, they're looking into it. They're trying to fix it because, and if you read the next one, which I'm going to go into, this would tie into this one. Isn't the FTC taking a look at the COPPA rule? Yes, the FTC is currently evaluating the rule in light of rapid changes in technology. If you'd like to comment on whether the changes are needed, the FTC has extended the comment deadline to December 9th. I'm going to highlight this right here. Yes. They are currently looking into it. Like, they're looking into it. They know this is basically outdated law. So they have to look into it to improve on it. And with the comments of people applying, they actually are taking notice of it. So they're aware of this and they're trying their best to fix it. Now, like I said, I'm no government law, so I can't really judge any of this. But so far, looking at this thing, it's still a little vague. At first, I thought it was like very vague, but so far it's a little or medium at best. Or medium at worst for that matter. So, this is mostly explaining some of the things that people are misunderstanding with, which so far they actually are fixing it. So, we might get, like I said, we'll get more updates on it in the future. So, until then, we just have to wait. Like, we just have to wait. You have to be patient. But anyways, if you guys really do want to help, there's the regulations comment section. If you want to comment to the FTC. Also, like I said in the previous video, don't send death threats. Be civil about it. Basically, be civil about on what you guys want. Like, what you want to send to the FTC. Just be civil and be respectful. That's two big things. And second, here's the page again with all the commissioners. So far, at the time of this recording, Noah and Christine are still the only ones who commented about it, while everyone else hasn't. But even if they don't, that's perfectly fine, because 2 out of 5 commented about it, which is still good enough. Now, I'm going to link all of this down in the description below. So, yeah. That's basically it. So, what do I think about this? It's still a little vague because we still need more information about it as the years go on, but so far this does fix a lot of the issues. So I do believe as time goes on we might get more things about it, and hopefully it won't be too bad. We have to cross our fingers and hope this wouldn't be too bad. But anyways, I'm going to link all of this in the description. I'm going to link up Dollar's video in the description as well. You guys should go check it out. He did a really good job explaining this more detail than I can, so go check that out. Anyways, I'm going to be leaving this on like a happy note, so until then, see you next time.